Welcome, everyone. This is the 2024 21 days online Sahaja Yoga course, and we are now beginning our fourth session of the year. Today is day 64. So unlike the other sessions, this one won't run for 21 days continuously. There'll be a little break, and then we'll resume as a sort of a session 4, part 2. But we will be in our standard schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So I just like to say hello, and I'm Mark in New Jersey, and like to really appreciate the tech team behind the scenes that make this program possible. They make sure that we are all having a very enjoyable time in the Zoom call and that it's broadcast properly on YouTube. So let's give a shout out to the at least 15 people who support us behind the scenes as our tech people. And also we have presenters like myself, about 50 of those people that dedicate their time to being on the camera and explaining and sharing their lives with you. And we have musicians, over 20 of them. And for people that choose to have a mentor or one-on-one support, we have over 200 people who have dedicated their time to supporting anyone who would like some one-on-one support. So get ready for a foot soak. You need a bowl or a basin, some table salt, some kind of thing to wipe your feet off after you've rinsed them with some plain water. So if you're not quite ready, then away you go. And if it's your first time tonight, this is what we do every day. We have a foot soak, as we call it. So just a simple basin, table salt, water, something to dry your feet off after you've rinsed them. If you're new or you've missed classes, no worries. In every class, you can, towards the end, ask for one-on-one support. You can ask questions directly in the chat, or you can say, I want to speak to a Sahaja Yoga teacher one-on-one, and we'll take care of you, put you in a breakout room in case you have questions like, what is this about? Also, we do have a mentoring system, like a big brother or a big sister, so they can work with you just to help you, support you, reassure you that, yes, it's working, and you'll be enjoying it a lot. The goal of these sessions, especially this session, is to expand how much time we spend in the silence above our thoughts. So that's on our own individual meditation, and also when we sit together in these classes, that we have more time to not be listening to somebody talking, but attentive to what's happening within ourselves in our own inner silence. So this is session 4, and it's the first part of session 4. It will run Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 8:45 p.m. New York time. And it'll run, this particular part of session 4, it'll run till August 8th. And then there'll be a short break and we'll resume session 4. And if you just can't get enough, the enjoyment of meditating with other people, we also have a meditation that's much simpler, combined with a foot soak, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time, same Zoom link. So now I'd like to welcome my 2 co-presenters for today's program. We have Rahul and we have Sia. Hi, Rahul.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good to see you. Hi,
You.
Sia.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Rahul.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Anything new and exciting, Rahul?
No, just the eternal joy of the spirit remains the same.
All right. Anything new and exciting, Sia?
Yeah, some of you may know we went to a beautiful, beautiful wedding. So we're all very joyful. And we hopefully carry this joy that we experienced this weekend into the program.
Fantastic. Yeah, just being in meditation every single day, connecting with other people who do the meditation, amazing feeling of well-being. So we'll be listening to music with Sia, and also be having a meditation guided by Rahul a little bit later in the program. We're also going to enjoy a video excerpt of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji, and we'll begin with a meditation and a foot soak. So if you've got your foot soaking bowls now ready, we can begin with that. So the first thing to do when we're going to meditate together is to see if we are in that mood. So we can just sit quietly, we can rest our hands on our lap. Sometimes we're instantly quiet. Sometimes it takes a little while to notice, oh, still thinking. So if we do or say things that are unfamiliar to you, because you're just new for this session, you can always ask questions at the end. So no worries. You just follow along as well you can. The key thing is, are you enjoying? So at the base of the spine is our residual energy. It's like a pure mothering energy called Kundalini. So together we can raise that up and tie it above our head. So we put our attention there at the level of the Kundalini. Our left hand is there, and our right hand is going to go around the left hand. And let's bring up Kundalini with our attention and tie it up. And we do that a second time. Once again, see if you can find the Kundalini within you. And then begin the hand movement to raise it up. And you can tie it once or twice. And again, let's put attention on our Kundalini. And then if you find your Kundalini within, you find that stillness within, we invite this feminine energy to please come up the central channel. This third time, we tie 3 knots. Then we give a protection or a bandhan. So now we start with the right hand near the left hip, bring it up over the top of the head, down to the right hip, and back 7 times. So that's 1. So today, the theme of our presentation is on the heart. And we learn in Sahaja Yoga that we have our center heart, left heart, and even right heart. And they all have a subtle spiritual meaning. And you can tell which heart it is by which little finger, which hand. Left is left heart, right is right heart, both center heart. You can begin by clearing center heart. So that's where you just use the air. You put the attention on the center of the chest. You can place the hand there. We inhale, hold the breath, and then release. You do that 4 times. So just inhale, hold the breath, whatever is comfortable. Don't have to hold it till you're blue in the face. and release. Second time, take in the breath, hold, release. Take in the breath, hold, release. And the fourth time, take in the breath, hold, release. And we can rest both hands on the lap. So today we're going to focus on three aspects of the spirit. Spirit resides in left heart chakra. The spirit is the reflection or the mirror of the divinity that exists everywhere, all the time, all at once. And it's reflected within us. So each of us carries this divinity within us. And in Sahaja Yoga, we often talk about the three aspects. One of them is truth. Another one is the attention. And the other one is the enjoyment, the bliss, the joy. And in Sanskrit, we call the truth Sat, and the pure attention Chit, and the joy Ananda. As we sit together with our attention on left heart, on our spirit, let's see if we can feel the effect of this collective attention. We can ask the question, am I silent inside? Am I relaxed? If one or two thoughts keep interfering, we can give a little boost to our attention by resting the right hand on top of our head. And then raise your right hand up in the air. And you can desire, you can say, I want to feel the enjoyment of the silence. Raise the hand a bit higher. You'll find a point that just feels like the right place for your right hand. Maybe it's a bit lower, a bit higher. You can rest the right hand on the lap. And we have our foot soaking bowls ready. So let's put our feet in the foot soaking bowl. And a tip, if you find you're always thinking and reacting and a bit hot-headed, try cooler water in your basin and see if that helps to cool you down a bit. In this world, it's kind of hard not to be what we call right-sided because there's just so much aggression and noise. and opinions, and everything is a big pressure. Everything has a deadline. So if you're noticing that you're getting kind of caught up in that, try a bit cooler water in your foot soak. Now we can check, am I quiet? You might notice different fingertips, things happening, indicating the state of different chakras. We just remain in a state here where we're just watching. We don't need to react. We can close the eyes for a minute or two. Just see where our attention is. And try putting the left hand on top of the head. Let the attention be guided there, just feeling the weight of the left hand. And then guide the attention above all the thoughts by raising the left hand. Some people will feel something in the palm. Some people might notice it's quiet. And sometimes you can't really tell what's going on except your hand is over your head. I can assure you it's working. And rest the left hand in the lap. Sometimes we can feel the clearing, the heat or the pressure in the hands. Sometimes we just feel the soothing light touch of a cool wind blowing in our hands, or just a cool feeling like we put our hand in front of the refrigerator door that's open. Sometimes it's just the peace. And for me, sometimes it's just the change in my breathing, where it goes very, very slow and very deep. And I know that the parasympathetic, that system that relaxes us, is now activated. Because we're meditating together, we can actually bolster each other's state of meditation. So maybe some of us are thinking about the past, are upset or worried or remembering something that we regret, some hurt or misery that's still troubling us. So it can bring down our state of silence and enjoyment. So we can collectively clear what we call things coming from the past or the left side. So we just put the right hand down towards the floor, and the left hand is still outstretched with the palm up. Right hand resting on the floor or pointing towards the floor with the intention that this powerful, amazing power of this planet Earth will absorb any of this stuff from the past. See if you feel lighter. I want to be in the present. Now we'll clear all the people in the meeting tonight who maybe are into the doing, the planning, the deadlines, the responsibility, all the thinking, all the analyzing, all the judging. So let's clear out the right channel, all that doingness. So then the right hand is resting on the lap, left hand is over the left shoulder. Just bend the elbow with the palm facing backwards. And here we can gently tickle our ego by saying, I do nothing. I do nothing. And bring down our left hand. We can rinse our feet off, take them out of the bowl, and we can put the bowl to one side, and then we can pour it out later. So I just sit for one more minute in the silence. In this quiet state, let's see how much we can absorb of the wisdom and the humor and the love that we feel when we watch a videotape of Shri Mataji.
Such a beautiful family we have created out of this beautiful universe. Now we have to maintain the beauty individually and collectively. Some people think that individually if you do something, that is all right. But if it is not related to the collective, it cannot be Sahaja. Anything that you do has to be related to the collective. Now to be individualistic is a trend in the modern times. And in that, how far we have gone into nonsense, that we know very well. Individuality is a personality within yourself, which has to be of different hues, of different colors, of different beauties. Like if you see the flowers, now every flower is different and individual. In its beauty, in its softness, in its fragrance, in its form, in its color, every leaf is different. But they adorn the whole forest, the whole garden, in such a beautiful manner that the whole thing works towards the collective. So the individuality is where we do not become like other people, exactly like military people as they are. The outside people may become like military people, but inside you become individual in the sense everybody has a different way of pleasing others, of teasing others, of loving others, of saying beautiful things. Everybody has a style of saying nice things and of offering your words of thanks and words of appreciation. This individuality is to be developed by all of you. That what is the new thing I can say to please? As people have seen every day think what fashion I should have, what sort of a fashion I should wear, how I should become more fashionable. Outside, if you can think, how can I be more fashionable inside myself? In India, fashionable has a different meaning. It doesn't mean we know in England. I think many people don't know that in England fashionable means popular. Here fashionable means out of the blue, something special, something extraordinary is fashionable here. So if we could put our attention to this, how we could be more beautiful inside. When we are touching others' hearts, how we could be very pure in our expression, genuine in our expression, not artificially. Like we have seen also that when you are superficial, you will say, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. And you don't mean it. It's just a lip service. You don't mean it. But in Sahaja Yoga, when you want to thank you, see, it is really heartfelt. I mean, you say it from your heart. You have to put your hand on your heart, otherwise you just can't say it. It is that way that we should feel. And once you open that heart fully, opening of the heart is very important. And that unless and until you can do it, you cannot enjoy anything in Sahaja Yoga. Because the heart where resides the spirit, and it is the spirit that emits the joy. So if you do not have an open heart, and if you are just living on very superficial level, you can never enjoy Sahaja Yoga. And this enjoyment of Sahaja Yoga is something to be really achieved and to be enjoyed. Because that's why you are here for. There's nothing else to offer in Sahaja Yoga but the joy of life. And that is the essence of all the achievements of life. Everything we do for the joy, but everything, whatever we do for joy, after some times we find it becomes a sort of a reaction. So there is very important point that to make our individuality beautiful, we should not immediately react to people. Should not give our own opinion, I don't like it, I don't want it. But we should absorb the beauty of another person. Now supposing there's a flower you get. Immediately you will see the beauty of the flower, you would like to take the fragrance of the flower. But suddenly you say, I don't like flowers. Then what can the flower do to you? So one should not react, and one should not have such subtle idea about your likes and dislikes. Because it's a joy killer habit. It's a joy killer habit. If you want to enjoy, take enjoyment from every person, like the bee which takes the honey from every flower. You must develop that sweet personality within yourself. And then only you will know what is sweet, what is good. And the enjoyment from one person to another, from one collective to another, from one city to another, from one country to another, will be just a beautiful, like a swing. It will be like a swing, going up and down, enjoying yourself. That's what is your real divine sensitivity. And the divine just wants to do that. It's working out so many ways of giving you photographs, giving you miracles, working it out and making you believe that you are in the kingdom of God. But if you have all these angularities and if you have all these ideas about yourself, then please try to neutralize them. Now some people also feel that mother is angry with us or some sort of thing. I can never be angry with you. For what should I be angry? But if you think like that, forget it. First of all, you must see that something wrong with me. That's why I think like that. I must put myself right. So just to judge yourself through such ideas, and it's only your mental projection. It has nothing to do with your heart. So again, today, the first thing we have to know that in our heart lies the power to absorb, to enjoy the beauty of spirituality. There's a beautiful sloka which I had told Mahatma Ji that he should put it first. He said, I was a very small girl, but he listened to me, which is a beautiful thing. Pratar namami. The first thing you have to say, Pratar namami rudhi sanspuradma tattvam Chit sukham paramahansa gatim turiyam. Meaning, early in the morning, I pray to that principle of my spirit, which is the truth, the attention and joy, so that I should go to the highest state of my ascent. So opening of the heart is very important for all of us.
So with our attention on the heart, if you like, you can even put your right hand on your heart. Let's just stay in silence for a couple of minutes. If thoughts are coming, just say not now, because now I want to enjoy this silence. Now I want to enjoy how I feel the spirit, that I am the spirit. can put the hand back on our lap and slowly raise our Kundalini, our energy, slowly raise it up all the way and above our head. And keep our attention right there on the top. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Rupa or Rupam means I am. Rupam, I understand, means I am. Sat, Chit and Ananda. Sat, as Shri Mataji said, is the truth. Also the knowledge, the truth. I am the truth. I identify fully with the truth. Chit, the awareness. Also attention. I am the pure attention. I am the full awareness. And Ananda. I identify completely with this joy. And these are all three completely interlinked. So I will present a partly instrumental, partly vocal rendition of two songs actually, because we were having our attention on these three words, and just 5 minutes before the program I thought, oh, why not sing also another song, Chitananda Rupa, again Chitananda Rupa, and combine it with Satchitananda Rupa. So it's the same meaning. And I would like you to put your attention fully on the heart and feel this joy in the heart that cannot be forced. It cannot be forced to be joyful. It has to come spontaneously. Just be open. Keep your heart open. Don't deal with the thoughts that want to disturb you. Just keep your heart open. And I just wanted to say one tiny little thing more, is the number 3 is very special. Very spiritual number. It's a very auspicious number. Number 3, we have the 3 channels, but also the number 3 is how our heart is beating. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So music in a 3 beat relates very much to the heart, like the walls. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of a challenge to play both of the pieces in a 3 beat. So the second one is normally in a 4 beat. So I would like you to feel this joy in the swing of the 3 beat, in which, by the way, also a lot of lullabies are written in a 3 beat, because it has an incredibly soothing, homey, protected, loving element to the music. And you're gonna get a couple of birds. this body nor this mind. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I. I'm not this ego nor this pride. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I. I'm not delusion nor desire. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I. I'm not attachment, guilt or greed. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I. Satchitananda Rupam Atmaham Satchitananda Rupam Atmaham I'm neither hate nor vanity. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I am neither fear nor jealousy. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I'm neither thoughts nor these emotions. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I am pure bliss and awareness. The spirit am I, the pure spirit am I. Satchitananda Rupam Atmaham Satchitananda Rupam Atmaham 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 Atmaham
Thank you, Sia. That was nice. Imagine a lake that is full of waves. What it reflects is a distorted image of its surrounding. Now you can gaze beyond its surface and see what lies within. But if that lake were to become calm, silent, then all the beauty of the creation that is outside gets reflected on its surface. Moreover, you can see the beauty that lies within the lake. Now, what if you are that lake of pure awareness, pure consciousness? We can't find joy when we are identified with the waves of our mind. But if we can connect to the stillness of the core of our being, if we can become aware of the pure awareness itself, we become aware of the beauty that is within ourselves. And the result of that awareness, of that truth, is joy. And that is Satchitananda. It is our true eternal nature, for which we have to make no additional effort. It is our natural being. All that we need to do is to just get to that silence, to that stillness at the core of our being. So let's build upon this experience today. Let's build upon our experience of silence and the experience of the awareness of the Spirit. Let's close our eyes. Keeping both the palms open in our lap. Let's take our attention to the stillness that is in our heart, the peace. Let us detach from all that is changing, temporary, that which we are not. Let us separate our attention from all the worries, concerns, troubles of this physical being, this body. Let's surrender all the concerns of this body to the inner energy Kundalini, to the divine. Let's raise our Kundalini energy along the spine using our right palm. Bring all that freed up attention above your head. And let it integrate with the attention of your. Let's detach ourselves from all the concerns of our emotional and mental being, all the worries of the future, all the troubles of the past. I am not this mind, not these thoughts. And place our right palm on our forehead. And here we say, Mother, I forgive everyone. I also forgive myself. I forgive all my thoughts. Please take me to that state of sustained silence, sustained peace. Again, let's raise our Kundalini along center of our spine. Bring it on top of our head. Let's do this 2 more times. Let's massage the top of our head. Raise our right palm above our head. Feel the flow of coolness or an expanse of silence opening above your head. Your right palm back to our left. Let's drop weight of any expectations, preconceived notions about truth. Let's open ourselves and embrace that complete unknowingness. Free ourselves from any limited ideas. Let the truth manifest itself on its own. Let all thoughts receive in the periphery of awareness. Let the silence be the mirror in which we are aware of the awareness itself. A limitless ocean of pure consciousness, full of peace, complete in itself, lacking nothing. desireless, effortless, pure being, pure love. So take one mantra, Shri Atma Paramatma. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Atma Paramatma Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Stay here for some. Now let's bring both the palm to the level of our heart. Let us ask inside, Mother, am I the pure spirit? Mother, am I pure consciousness, pure joy, pure love? See if you feel an increase in the flow of fluids. And the silence becomes stronger. Just check above our head. See if you feel the coolness and see how far it extends. Sometimes it extends very far and opens out wide like an inverted pyramid as the Sahasrara opens more. Let's check with both the palms. Now we conclude slowly raising our Kundalini energy, putting ourselves into Bandha. All right, now back to you, Mark.
So what we're learning is the essence of the spirit is silence. So we're concluding our program in a way, but also we offer an extended invitation if you can stay on a bit longer, because for now we're going to begin our question and answer session. But first, just a reminder of our schedule. We'll meet Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in this, the first part of session 4. And this session will run until Thursday, August 8th. And if you want to join us for extra meditations, they run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time, same Zoom link. On Thursday, July 18th is our day 65. And what we'll explore is that recognizing our own divinity is key to our own spiritual growth. That we think we're just mere humans, but we also have a divine component. So we have a lot of resources for you. You can request one-on-one support through a mentor, and there's a form to apply for a mentor in the Zoom chat. You can join our WhatsApp group, and the link for that is in the Zoom chat. And you can also visit our webpage, where you'll find a link to the classes, the recordings of all the classes, and the handouts that we present in the classes. So now we come to the part of the program where you can ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. So you can ask a question directly to a Sahaja Yoga teacher, and that you can do that in the chat. Just pose a question to chat Q&A. Or you can actually go one-on-one with a Sahaja Yoga teacher, and you can write to breakout room help. Or you can ask a question to us, the presenters, and you can write a question to me as the host, and we'll see if we can answer the question. So I'll invite back on the camera Rahul and Sia. And I think, as you've discovered in this program tonight, the essence of Sahaja Yoga is not so much what's understood intellectually, but is what is felt and what is enjoyed. So this is the chance for us to hear some of those experiences, how we've learned and how we've grown in Sahaja Yoga. So, Sia, how do you experience being one with your spirit in your everyday life?
So I feel if we start meditating, if we start Sahaja Yoga, we have a concept, we have so many ideas, so many concepts by what we live, by what we think makes us happy and enjoyable, enjoy life. But once we start meditating, we sometimes, when you start scooping away all negativities and all layers and slowly get clearer to our spirit, to a subtle system, we sometimes get a glimpse of what this joy can be like. And it can also happen that we forget, because maybe we stop meditating, then we forget. But I think everyone who amongst us who has had this glimpse of this moment, and that can be sometimes unexpected, that can be going to a gallery, looking at a beautiful painting, or it could be a concert and the feeling of this enormous connection to all these people in a concert, and they put up their lights and things like that, where we had a glimpse of collective, a glimpse of being part of something, a glimpse of love, a glimpse of joy. But I think if we had a glimpse of that, then we want to feel that again, want to feel it more, right? But what pleases the spirit is not necessarily what we think pleases us or pleases maybe the ego, right? And I think when we're in a clear state, in a state where we feel we've meditated and we do certain things or we experience certain things, and then we realize this is something, well, we don't realize, we notice by a sudden joy coming up, a sudden satisfaction, that this has been actually pleasing to the spirit, then we feel, that's what it is. I think it's just in the spontaneity of the moment that we realize what's good and pleasing to the spirit. rather than what we think we want, right? And that becomes slowly by experience a guideline in life, I find. And then we repeat things that please the spirit. And then it's a little bit like that. So that's how I feel. It's a hit and miss in what we do, what we feel. If we manage to get thoughtless, if we manage to be joyful in the moment. So, because that makes us joyful, right? This glimpse of this connection. But also there's speeches of Shri Mataji where she's talking about different forms of joy, isn't it? There's the joy of, I don't know, achievement, or the joy of the family or uni or whatever it is. But the highest form of joy is the Nirmala, that needs nothing, that is just the joy by itself. And I think that's obviously the hardest. And I don't know if we've really all felt it, or if we have had a glimpse of that. But just the joy for the joy's sake, without anything around, and just maybe in our meditation we can feel that. And I think once we had that, we want to have it again. And that's why we're here. And then we want to share it, because the joy of being here, the joy of sharing what we felt, is another sort of joy, right? So that's why we're all here, really. So that's probably my answer to this question.
You talk about the glimpse. And so I'll ask Rahul that sort of mysterious question of, we get the glimpse, but then we want to get back to that. So how do you bring your attention back to your spirit?
Yeah, so one practical way of doing so is, so what is happening is that we live in the world, the projections of our mind. It's like being in a world full of dark clouds and not being aware of the sun. And then the cloud separates, and then we become aware of the sun, the beauty. But then the clouds come back, and the beauty is covered, and then we long for it. And that longing is the precursor. And as we practice more, the clouds separate, and then they don't cover the sun, or the layer of cloud becomes thinner and thinner and thinner. So what you have to do is, what are those clouds? Basically, those are our thoughts, our mind projections coming from ego and superego. So when Kundalini rises, she creates an opening, and the ego and superego recedes, and that's when we become aware of our spirit. But then the ego and superego again cover and close our Brahmarandra. So what is important is to keep our connection there. If we can keep our connection continuous, then we can always remain in touch with our spirit at some extent. Of course, the more stronger the connection is, more deeper the awareness of spirit is. So what we have to do is, Sahaja Yoga is very practical, hands-on. All you have to do is raise your Kundalini and bring it to your Sahasrara, massage your Brahmarandra, and you can also pay attention to your heart. They are both the same points, actually. They are not two separate points. Yeah, you can take some mantras, take Nirvicharita, forgive yourself, forgive others, and then again reestablish your connection in the Sahasrara, and then you're again back in that joy of spirit. And then the more you do it, more you practice it, more the central channel opens up, chakras open up, the more Kundalini is able to remain in the central channel and keep the Brahmarandra open. So slowly and slowly, the connections become more stronger and continuous, and the point will come where Kundalini is always flowing in the Sushumna, your Brahmarandra is always open, and the spirit is always there in your awareness. Maybe it becomes an undercurrent, but it is there. And you just have to take your attention again to your Sahasrara, and again you're back in that joy and peace of truth.
So, Sia, we're calling this session the joy of the spirit. What does that mean for you when we say the joy of the spirit? I have to unmute.
Because that's what we experience, I feel. If we have reached what Rahul was talking about, if we scoop those clouds away, if we get a glimpse of the sun, all these three, the awareness and the connection to the truth, the awareness of it, and then obviously the joy is just an experience, right? So I think, but I sorry to interrupt the question, but I was just, when Rahul was talking, I had this other idea. I very often visualize things, but when you were asking him, how do you bring the attention back? It's a little bit like, imagine yourself, you always carry a little light around, right? But when it gets real dark, that's when you look for the light. And this is what we have. So very often when we have it, we may not notice it, but when things get hard, then we suddenly go back to it, use it, and feel the huge difference, right? Like if weather's always nice, you feel fine, but suddenly when it rains, the umbrella is very important, things like that. So I just feel that the negativity is part of this play, and as horrible as it is, but it's part of the play for us to push us always to look for the light. And without that, it's just never going to be a motivation, because we might just be too content. I mean, very often we see people who have gone through extreme hardship and they start seeking tremendously strong, many people I've found, and they start seeking very deeply because they have been until that point very content. There was no reason for them to seek anything further. And then you realize you can't just switch the joy on and off. There has to be something. So despite all that, then feeling the joy, that's an enormous achievement. And when you do that, when you reach that, I think then you realize there's so much more to what you thought there was. But we get all this help. We have the meditation, the mantras, the songs, the music, all these things, the people, the talk, the guidance, the all this is there to help us again and again. And then, as you say, we get better at it, and it becomes a spontaneous thing, and then we just are. I think that the end game would be we just are, and wherever we would be, we just are. We would be the spirit. Nothing can touch us. We're not quite there yet. But like Shri Mataji says in a speech, one day will come. You don't sit down for meditation. You just are in meditation. Because it's actually funny to say you do meditation. To do meditation, you don't actually do it. It's a state. You are constantly in meditation. You just are the spirit. And I think we're at the beginning, aren't we? We're still learning, we're still trying. And so that for me is, it's a work in progress for all of us. That's why we have these glimpses. But the joy is the part that makes us understand, that's what it is. That's what I want. Now I want to have that again. So without the joy, and as Rahul said, without the open heart, without love, there is nothing. Without the Sahasrara chakra is the heart. So without an open heart, there is no connection. There is nothing, no love, no spirituality, no divinity, nothing. It's the same thing, right? So a little elaborated answer.
Yeah, Rahul's talking about, that we learn these hand movements, and we learn how to start to control our attention and direct our attention and focus our desire. And you're talking about how, just like Rahul is talking about, how it's not 24 hours a day. So I'll tell you my trick, which is that I call one of you up. That's what I do. It's like, I just want to feel this pure divinity that's in you. And it stimulates that pure divinity in me. And then it's just the joy. And I sometimes say to my friends when I'm talking on the phone, you can just read from the phone book now. I really don't care. I'm just hearing the sound of your voice, and I'm no worries, no projections, no expectations. I'm just with you. And the with is that we're also with this universal joy of the spirit. So that's what I'm finding is, it's like I have some reason to call somebody, but it's really just, it's not the real reason. The real reason is just for the joy of the spirit. Mm-hmm. So here's a question for Rahul. How do you feel the three aspects of the spirit, the truth, the awareness and the joy relate to each other in your life?
Yeah, these three aspects of the spirit are not separate from each other. They are very much part and parcel of each other. For example, just like how the fire has the light, it has the warmth, and it can purify, or the water has coolness, it has softness, and it quenches your thirst. All these three things exist at the same time. In the same way, Sat, Chit, Anand are like the three facets of the same diamond. First thing we realize is that we are not this mind, we are not this body. Body is always changing, mind is always in flux. But there is something unchanging within me, which is constant. Uh, Even when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming, I'm aware of my dream, but the I that is aware is separate, it's just a witness. Even I have the awareness of the unawareness of the deep sleep. So there's still a consciousness that is behind all these three stages of consciousness: waking, sleep, deep sleep, which Shri Mataji said is Turiya. So, what is that ground reality? That is the absolute truth. That is who we are. So, we realize that in the silence of meditation, when we go deep in meditation, we go beyond thoughts. We realize this ocean of silence, ocean of consciousness that is no longer limited by the limited ideas of our mind. We feel a sense of timelessness, being unfettered from space. I feel connected to you. We are not. The space is not a barrier. I feel one with you. Time is not a barrier. So we transcend all these barriers of our mind, and there's this awareness of this pure being, pure awareness, pure consciousness. That is the ultimate reality. That is the truth that we are. And that truth is not inert. That truth is not dead. It is vibrating. It is alive. It is full of love, full of life. And when it is aware of itself, the joy is manifested. It knows itself as joy, as love. And these three things are always there together. And as you go about in your life, you feel it, even in the experiences that you have in the world. Uh, Especially when talking to other Sage yogis, it's most apparent. Yeah, the goal is to see it in everything that we do and experience in life.
Yeah, for me, it's just nonstop sense of wonder and amazement at Sahaja Yoga that each of us is so different and so uniquely beautiful. And then you're talking about how almost it sounds like the essence of it is just that then we all just dissolve into this ocean. And we can talk about all the different qualities, but they're all together. Yeah. So I felt very much like in the ocean with you guys tonight. And
I mean, that was the experience today for me. I don't know if people felt it, but I just felt like a cell surrounded by infinite number of cells of being in this ocean of pure consciousness, pure love. That's the experience every time you go deepest, you find that there's this bedrock of reality. Nothing is beyond that. And then you know that this is the truth. It's not relative, it is absolute. Every time you go there, it doesn't changes. It is there always the same.
like the keys on the piano that Sia was playing, where yes, each key is separate from the other, but they all play together. They create something much more beyond than any individual key. The sum is much more than just the addition of them. So many ways we can attempt to understand the totality of our connection to each other, and then exploration of Just how good can it get? How much more can I feel the joy? So tonight,
This is a very deep subject where all exploring its layers.
yeah. Okay, so the joy was there tonight with all of us. So I'll just say to everybody who's now tuning in to just open yourselves out, allow that joy to flow in, just allow it, give it permission. That's our freedom as human beings, to say, okay, I accept, let that joy pour in. So thank you to my co-hosts, my dear friends, and feel the vibrations. You can feel the vibrations. So everybody have a very good evening, and we'll see you Thursday. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Have a good night.